Yeah, it is live now, Mataji.
Yeah, thank you, Prabhuji. I'll share my screen now. And we'll start with the prayers. No, Mataji, the test is not today, Jia Mataji. We'll discuss this after the class. Thank you. Thank you everyone for joining. Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam to everyone. We'll start with the Mangalacharan. Om Agyantimirandhasya Jnananjan-shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Gurun Shri Yuta Padkamlam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagan Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे नमो महावदान्याय कृष्णप्रेमाप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नाम्ने गौरद्विषे नमः हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरून् दीनतारिणम् Hare Krishna everyone, Dandavat Pranam. So till yesterday we have
Hare
completed up
Krishna.
to verse number 25. Hare Krishna. Okay, so we have covered till verse number 25 till yesterday, right? So today we'll be starting with verse number 26. Since it is a part of uh, the previous presentation, so I'm not just going back to that particular presentation right now. So yes, so what did we cover yesterday? We discussed about the process, right? We were talking about the various practices, isn't it? Let me open the presentation, the old one, just for a quick recap. Yes. So what did we notice here? Yesterday, when we were talking from verse number 10 and onwards, right? 10 to 32. So, stages of Ashtanga Yoga practice. We had, yesterday we started from verse number 17, right? And we have seen, what is the importance of the regulated lifestyle. We were talking about the four major key parameters, right? Which have to be regulated. What are those? Please raise your hand. Which were the four key things that have been talked about, mentioned by Lord Shri Krishna in the verses 16 and 17? Yes, please raise your hand. Which were the four things that we discussed about, which we really need to regulate in our life? Every transcendentalist. Yes, Hare Krishna, Sonali Mataji. Yes, please.
Mataji, sleeping, eating,
Yes,
recreation, work.
Yes, very good, Mataji. Thank you, Hare Krishna. Sorry, I won't be able to switch on my video today. So, yes, as a part of work and recreation, also we had discussed about, we had talked about the regulation. And what is it that we discussed? We had discussed about the various activities that we can do as a part of Krishna consciousness, right? We covered three most important, beautiful verses from Srimad Bhagavatam, and which were the, if you remember, if any one of you please remember, you can share any of the different activities that we discussed yesterday. And it is from, as is it is present as a part of Amrish Maharaj. The example was given as how a householder or a grihastha, he can execute the various activities of devotional service. So, yes, so if you remember any one or two, please share just one, please. We'll have a quick recap, just one activity of devotional service. What we should actually do. We can have a to-do list, on regular basis. We can have that as a part of a sadhana, and we can try to follow it on daily basis, whether we can create a checklist and we can mark whether I have done this today or not. Yesterday we discussed, right? So what were the key activities that we talked or mentioned as a part of devotional service? Yes, Sonali Mataji. Hare Krishna. Mataji, please mention just one so that others can also participate. Thank you. Yes, Mataji. Yes, please.
Taking beautiful darshans of the Lord through our eyes.
Hari Bol. Yes, Mataji. So this is as a part of verse number 18. We covered Savai Manaha Krishna Padar Vindayo. Yes, Mona Lisa Mataji. Hare Krishna. Yes, Mataji. What did we cover?
Reading Srimad Bhagavatam.
Okay, but actually, when we are talking about reading Srimad Bhagavatam, we have also mentioned about how we can utilize our senses, right? So when we are reading, we are mentioning about the taking the darshan, right? Using our eyes, and reading is also, that's correct. But when we talk about the Srimad Bhagavatam, hearing is one of the most important key factor, right?
Vanam.
Shravanam. So from whom we should do the Shravanam? So how we should utilize our ears, Mataji? What did we cover that for that particular thing?
From hearing from a pure devotee.
Yes, thank you, Mataji. So Shravanam should happen always from the realized devotees, right? So yes, so this is the one we covered then. Which is the other one? There are 11 to 12 activities that we covered yesterday, right? We also talked about the prasadam, like the tulsi leaves that are offered to the Lord. We can honor those tulsi leaves. We can eat them, right? We can honor them by taking them as prasadam, even the Krishna prasadam. And how we should utilize our nose? Please, yes. Please raise your hand. I request you to raise your hand, please. So what we should do? How can we utilize our nose in devotional service? Yes, Mona Lisa Mataji. Yes, please.
By smelling the offered flowers of Lord.
Okay. Yes, Mataji. Very good. Yes, okay. Now the other one is how can we utilize our legs? These are the various senses which we are talking about. How can we
In
utilize
going
our
to
legs?
places of pilgrimage,
Hari bol, yes, Prabhuji, and also to the temple.
temple.
Yes, and how we should be when we were talking about the devotees. So how we should really engage ourselves with the devotees? Yes, Jia Mataji, Hare Krishna.
We should engage our sense of touch in touching the bodies of devotees.
Yes, Mataji, very good. And how we can do that? By serving them.
By
So by
serving.
serving them, by inviting them to our place, isn't it? So we need that association of devotees. So we should always ensure that we are in constant touch with the devotees. So yeah, so these are a few activities. The rest of them are available as a part of verse number 18. We can, that we covered yesterday. So then we have also seen how a person who is a yogi, he remains, how can he become perfect? How does he uh, how does he fix his consciousness, right? So he's free from the material desires. And then we have also seen what are the realizations that are achieved by a yogi when he's in perfection, right? And when we were talking about the realizations of the yogi, we discussed how he is detached from the material concepts. We also discussed about the definition of the individual identities, how a person is eternal, and what is actually liberation with respect to Patanjali system. Even the Patanjali system has the same understanding, right? They reveal the true nature because in Patanjali, the Ashtanga yoga is being recommended, right? And by Ashtanga yoga, what a yogi is trying to achieve, he is also trying to achieve perfection, which a devotee is also trying to achieve in Krishna consciousness, right? So, and yes, we have four Purusharthas also, uh, which is like dharma, artha, kama, moksha. And at the end, every person, every living entity, they attempt to become one with the Supreme. So this moksha is rejected by Srimad Bhagavatam. And Srimad Bhagavatam is also known as Pancham Purusharth. Yeah. So we have discussed this yesterday, like how a yogi, when he gets the realizations, how he engages all his transcendental, his senses, they are transcendental, right? So when the transcendental senses are engaged in the service, then they are going to get transcendental pleasure. And for this, what did we discuss? Like when we were talking about the transcendental mind and intelligence. That is what a yogi is utilizing now. He's at such a platform that he is utilizing his transcendental mind and intelligence. So what does this mean? We covered yesterday, right? Let me see the Bhagavad Gita book in which particular shloka it is. Yes, it is a part of verse number 20 to 23. Yes. So we covered this, right? So actually this basically talks about that he is transcendental. This means that he has elevated himself. He is not even at the level of, he is beyond the material platform. He has elevated himself to the stage which is beyond the material platform. So this means that if we are in material world, so we are engaging our material senses and the material mind, right? But when he is beyond the material platform, so this means his material senses and the material minds are not being engaged now because he is into the dhyana stage, right? He's going into the dharana, dhyana, and samadhi stage. So he'll be in a trance. So this means that he's beyond this material platform. This means his senses are also, they have also become transcendental. And so he is realizing that transcendental happiness. But what is the key difference between the Ashtanga yogi and a Bhakti yogi? When an Ashtanga yogi comes to this platform, what is the difference now? He is also into the transcendental pleasure, right? Even a Bhakta is also into transcendental pleasure, pure devotee. Then what is the key difference? What is the kind of pleasure they are experiencing in Ashtanga yogi? When we say a person is realizing Paramatma feature, so what is the kind of happiness he is getting? Yes, Jia Mataji, Hare Krishna. Yes, please.
The Bhakti Yogi experiences the pleasure of serving the Lord, and
Very good.
the
Yes.
Ashtanga Yogi.
Yes, Mataji. Thank you, Mataji. Mataji, you got muted. Sorry. Yes, the Bhakti yogi is, yeah, this is what they are missing. They are missing the service attitude. They do not have the service attitude. Even though they are realizing the Paramatma form, but it is partial realization. And also that is just the Sat and Chit uh, manifestation that has happened. But the devotee experiences Satchidanand, right? That blissful nature also, eternal happiness, eternal life full of eternity, knowledge, and bliss. And this bliss comes only from the service of the Lord. So when we serve the Lord, then only we get this eternal spiritual bliss. Yes, we discussed the samadhis, right? Yeah, so then we had this activity with respect to the determination and faith. When we mentioned about how how one should engage themselves, they should engage with lot of determination and faith. And there is one of the verse that we covered from Bhakti Rasamrita from Upadeshamrit of Srila Rupa Goswami, Utsaha Nishchaya Dhairyat, right? That one should always have enthusiasm. He should be always great in enthusiasm, patience, and determination. We also had the story of the sparrow, right? Yeah, so 24, 25 tells us how we can attain. So now we have seen, okay, this is the yoga road stage. When we were talking about that, the stage of perfection is yoga road. How do we attain that? That is what we covered. Now we'll be starting with verse number 25 today. Okay, now let me just go to the next slide. Yeah, 25, 26 onwards. Yes. So yes. So bringing the mind back. So yesterday we covered till verse number 26, right? 25 and 26. No, this is 26 actually. Yeah, success formula in yoga. So yato, this is bringing the mind back. So yato nischalati manas chanchalamassthiram tatastato niyamaiteda atmani evasham nae. So now what is the link basically? Now we are talking about the stage of perfection, right? Now for the stage of perfection, when we are talking about yoga, what is the key important thing that has to be controlled? That is the mind. So now, in this particular verse, Lord Krishna will discuss about the nature. What is the nature of the mind? So what we have to do going forward, we will discuss about the nature of the mind, right? So this is Nischalati, Manas Chanchalam Asthiram. So which are the two qualities of the mind? That is Chanchalam. It is Chanchal and it is Asthiram. Sthira is fixed, right? Steady in nature. Whereas Asthiram is unsteady. Yesterday we covered one of the analogy. So with respect to this, what is that analogy? That it should be steady, just like a, yes,
In
please.
a lamb in the windless position.
Yes, 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 very good.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you, Prabhuji. Just like a lamp. So, what does a yogi do? His mind is very steady, and it is like a lamp. His mind is compared with a lamp, which is a controlled mind, right? So, this is
Yes.
what we'll be discussing further on this particular thing. So, yeah, so from wherever the mind wanders due to its flickering and unsteady nature, one must certainly withdraw it and bring it back under the control of the self. So we understand what is the nature? It is flickering and unsteady. Actually, if we understand, this mind, the mind is basically the storehouse of all the thoughts, right? We covered it earlier also, isn't it? In chapter 2 or chapter 3, we covered, right? So not only of all the thoughts, when we mention thoughts, it is like good and bad. Every kind of impression is going in our mind. Why? Because there are n number of sanskaras or the impressions which have been there since time immemorial, like life after life or birth after birth. We are having so many lifetimes. We have accumulated so much of thoughts, or the reactions that it is a storehouse now. So when we talk about this, basically it is like we are in a cycle of birth and death, right? We are going, it's the cycle is going on and on and on. And when we are in a cycle, this means we have done some kind of reaction, we have done some kind of activities. The activities are either punya or papa. When a papa is done, then sinful reactions will be there. Because of the sinful reactions, also we are going to have some kind of impressions. They keep on accumulating in our mind. Like, just imagine, there are good thoughts and bad thoughts. Even when we see there are some good devotee children, that they don't have to be trained to play some instruments. Why is it there? It is because of their sanskara. They don't have to train themselves. They have been in bhakti for such a long time in their previous lives, janmas, that they're able to continue it. So similarly, when we talk about the sinful activities that we have done, we have accumulated so much of sinful reactions that because of which our mind is disturbed. So even when we are chanting, we are getting so many kinds of thoughts. We have to keep on, we have to ensure, we have to struggle to bring our mind back, right? Whenever we chant, so many thoughts are coming, not only during the chanting. Just imagine, even if a person is made to sit in a room all alone, without, is it really possible for a person to sit there with a steady mind without doing any kind of activity? No, right?
No,
Yeah,
no.
because it's very difficult. Yes, at a certain level also, I mean, the mind will continue thinking about n number of things, even if it is not coming into practice. If it's not getting implemented, or if it is not getting a shape in the form of an activity, still the mind will continue to think about a number of things, right? So that is why it is so flickering and it is very unsteady. And that is why what we have to do, we have to control the mind. We will also see how to control the mind. That will come in the next verse. So now, when a person controls the mind, he is known as a Goswami. And one who is controlled is called a Godas. Now, we have also covered this earlier, right? The senses are at a very lower platform. isn't it? The senses are lowest. Above the senses we have, what do we have above the senses? We have senses are controlled by, yes, by mind,
Sense
yes,
object.
mind. So we have senses, above the senses we have the mind, and on top of the mind we have the intelligence, right?
Intelligent.
Yes. And above the intelligence, what do we have? We have the Atma sitting. So ideally, the Atma, who is the superior entity, what he should do? He should control the mind. Whereas what is happening? It's the other way around. What is happening? Mind is overpowering our Atma. So when we are mentioning about this, what it means? That mind is it is controlling our intelligence also and our Atma also. Because when our intelligence works in the right direction, it will lead our Atma in the right direction. So ultimately, what is happening? So mind is overruling everything. When this happens, we become the Godas. But the Goswamis, they know the standard of sense happiness because they understand, they realize that who is superior here? The senses are superior, isn't it? They are just being used as the objects, senses, they get attached to the sense object. So they know, and we have to ensure that they have to be attached to the right kind of service. Param drishtva nivartate, right? They have to be given the higher taste of devotional service, as we have been covering this, isn't it, in the previous sections also. And not only that, Goswami, yes, so controllers, we know what is the name of Lord. Please raise your hand. Please don't say like this. Please raise your hand. What is the name for the Lord? Since he controls our senses, he is known as. Please,
Rishikesh.
please don't. No, Prabhuji, please raise your hand. Others are unable to answer then. Yes, yes, Madhav Prabhuji.
Rishikesh.
Yes, Madhav Prabhuji. Yes, please.
Rishikesh Mataji.
Rishikesh. Yes. Thank you, Prabhuji. So, why he's known as Rishikesha? Because Rishi. So, Rishi is based Isha, isn't it? Isha is the controller, and Rishik Isha. So, Rishi plus Isha is Rishikesha. So, Rishik means the senses. So, he is the controller of our senses. Now, when we are engaging of his senses in the service of the controller of the senses, so who is controlling our senses? The controller of the senses. So then we don't have to put in extra efforts. We just have to pray, oh Lord, please engage me in the right service. And he says, yes, I will control your senses. So he is the one who is controlling our senses. Whereas Ashtang Yogi, he has to artificially restrain his senses from the sense objects, right? He has to ensure. Yesterday also we discussed, right? How it is, how there is every chance for a yogi that he is going to have a failure, because the senses, as soon as he is trying to relax them, there is every chance that the senses will go and get attached to the sense objects, isn't it? So there is every chance for a ashtanga yogi to be unsuccessful. Whereas for a devotee, it is not at all there is no possibility. Why is it so? Because the Lord guarantees that, and which is the verse that helps us to understand that there is no loss or diminution in our bhakti, in devotional service. Yes. Yes, Priya
Nehavikrama
Mataji, Hare
Nasusti.
Krishna. Okay, yes, Murari Prabhuji. Yes, please. Yes, Prabhuji.
Nehavikrama Nasusti. Pratyavaya न विद्यते अस्य धर्म
Swalpam.
Shalpam
कायते
apishya
महतो
dharmasya dayate
कायते
mahatma.
धर्मतो भवेत्.
Yes, yes, thank you. So this helps us to understand. Nehabhikram nashvasti pratyavayona vidyate swalpam asti asya dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat. So what is that bhai which we are talking about here? What is the bhai here? Yes, Jia Mataji. Yes, please.
Mataji, the fear that is being talked here about is losing the human form of life and going back to animal species.
Very good, Mataji. Yes, thank you so much. So, see, even if a person is doing one round of chanting, there is a guarantee that he is going to attain the human form of life. But the main danger is he will not be falling into the animal form of life. He won't be degraded into the lower species of life, right? And that is why Krishna consciousness, we understand it is defined as serving Krishna with purified senses. And that is the way of bringing the senses under full control. And yes, so when we mentioned how do we bring our mind back? Yeah, so that is by practice, isn't it? So we have to bring our mind back. We'll be covering that as well. So when a person controls his mind, he is able to attain the Brahma Bhuta platform. So when we talk about the Brahma Bhuta platform, basically, what is this platform? There is a beautiful verse in the
Nashachati
18th
nakanshati.
chapter. Yes, Prabhuji. So yes, there is a verse in the 18th chapter. Yes, Prabhuji, would you like to recite the verse then for all of us?
Brahmabhuta Pashatanatma Nashachati nakanshati Samabhutishu Sarveshu Madhbhaktin Tavatakram. Does
Yes,
this
thank you,
check
Prabhuji.
now, others?
Sorry?
Okay, okay, ठीक है.
Yes. So yeah, so this helps us to understand. What does this verse help us to understand? This helps us to understand that a yogi, a transcendental yogi who is already at a platform of Brahma Bhuta, he's actually beyond any of the material contamination, isn't it? So this means that there is no hankering for him and there is no lamentation for him. So why does it happen? Like when we talk about this hankering, lamentation, so what happens? Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma na shochati na kankshati. So na shochati. Shochati is the shoka, so lamentation. Na kankshati. So he doesn't desire kanksha, akanksha, right? So na shochati na kankshati. He is neither lamenting nor desiring. Samha sarveshu bhuteshu mad bhaktim labhate param. So and he also samha sarveshu bhuteshu. He treats everyone equally, isn't it? Such a person is in the pure devotional service. So what happens when everything, this entire process starts because, yes, so this starts because we are stuck in a cycle, wherein we are lamenting. Why we are lamenting? Because we have this desire of, our senses have a habit of getting attached to the sense objects, right? As soon as we see something, what we want, we just want that particular thing, right? And the mind is so weak, it keeps on, that particular thought will keep on lingering in our mind for that continuous time till the time you don't attain or obtain that particular thing, isn't it? So this is the way the material mind works. So what happens when we are hankering for that particular thing, we will try to achieve it. It is not only with respect to the things, not only the objects. It is also with respect to the subtle feelings, if we have to tell something to somebody, if we have to say something, we have to express ourselves. Until and unless we tell them, till that point in time, we won't be satisfied. And similarly, professionally also, if we want to attain some kind of level, until and unless we obtain it, we won't be satisfied materially. So why is it happening? Because we are lamenting. And when we lament, when we achieve that particular thing, what happens? We are like, oh, I don't want to lose it now, isn't it? Be it a material object, be it our reputation, be it anything. I don't want to lose it. So we have lot of anxiety because of that. And ultimately, in case if we lose it, or in case, see, everywhere we understand there is a very beautiful verse. Please mention the verse. I request Jivan Krishna Prabhuji, please do not mention the verse name, please, so that others can also participate. It helps us to understand that if there is success, there will be failure. If there is happiness, there will be distress. So which is the verse that we are talking about from verse chapter number 2, please? Yes, yes, I request everyone to please raise your hands. So what I mean to tell, if anything is losing anything, he shouldn't get disheartened. Yes, Hare Krishna. Yes, Bhagya Lakshmi Mataji. Yes, please, Mataji. Yes, Mataji, what is the verse?
हरे कृष्ण माताजी बीत राग भय क्रोधा
No, Mataji, we are not talking about devoid of fear and attachment. We are talking about, yes, Hare Krishna, Harshita Mataji. Yes, please.
Mataji, there was a slok Ashochate from
Yes.
where the conversation started by Krishna.
Mhm.
Ashochate, I'm trying to pull that out only. Are you referring to that shloka, Mataji? Ashochan nan
No,
Vashochas
Mataji,
nam.
not
No.
Ashocyan Vashochastu. No, Mataji, not that one. Yes, others. Yes, please. Please raise your hand. I request everyone to participate, please. Why we should always, why is it so that we shouldn't be lamenting for the things? What is the reason? Yes, please. Why we should not lament?
Mataji, yam hi no vyavastayante.
No, Mataji. Why we should not lament for the things? Because
The
they
soul
will
must
keep on. Okay, they'll
changing,
keep on
Mataji.
coming in. They will keep on coming and going. The things will keep on coming and going. Everything will happen, continue. So, what is this verse that really helps us to understand this?
Mataji, is it Dehinosman?
No, Mataji, not related to the Dehe. Yes,
No.
please. Okay, then I'll. Yes, Murari Chaitanya Prabhuji, Hare Krishna.
Matra Swasastu Kante, Sitos.
Hari Bol. Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you. So, Matra Sparshastu Konteya. Shitoshna Sukha Dukkada. Why we should not lament for these material things? Because we understand it will appear and then it will disappear. It is coming and going, right? So if happiness is there, there will be distress. It is just like the seasons, right? So why do we really have to go into the state of anxiety and I mean uh, to get so many difficulties in life along with the ailments and the diseases, isn't it? So, and why is it happening? Hankering is there when we have the anxiety because now we want and we have got it. Now we want to keep it safe, and ultimately we will lament because it is gone now. Everything has a expiry date, right? Each and every single thing has an expiry date. So why do we really have to lament for anything? So thus we should understand that we should not be hankering. So see, such a yogi who is at a Brahma Bhuta platform, he has got rid of such kind of material contamination. He is free from all such hankerings. So when he is free from hankering, he is only situated in the transcendental service of the Lord. And that is why what we should actually aim for, what we should hanker. Yesterday also we were discussing the lolyam, eagerness, the samutkanta, what kind of eagerness we should have. We should only have the desire of how I can try to attain Lord Krishna. Even though if I am weak in my devotional service, how can I really try to attain that level of pure devotional service? How can I at least continue serving my Guru, continue serving Srila Prabhupada and our bona fide spiritual masters in their mission? So that should be our aim. That should be the hankering that we should always wish for, actually. So thus Krishna consciousness, it benefits. How when one can benefit? Because a person will be liberated from the mode of passion and he'll be free from all the material contamination also. Yes. So we understand, when we are in the material platform, we are doing our sadhana, right? But the the people at the Brahma Bhuta platform, these yogis, actually they are not even in the mode of goodness. Goodness also binds us, right? So but still, when a person gets liberated from the mode of passion and ignorance, then he'll start this particular realization of understanding his relationship, right? So this is the key benefit of bhakti also, transcendental loving service. In bhakti, actually, we have different more benefits, but yes, benefits in case if a person engages in the transcendental loving service, he is liberated from the mode of passion, then only he is able to understand, right? How will a person understand what is my relationship with the Lord? Who am I? He can't understand if he is in the mode of passion and ignorance, right? So when we are doing the devotional service, our material contamination is getting cleansed away. Cheto Darpan Marjanam. So this is one of the beautiful verses from Shikshashtakam, the very first verse by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, isn't it? Cheto Darpan Marjanam Bhav Mahadavagni Nirvapanam. So this entire material fire gets exhausted only by chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So, yes, when we are talking about what kind of hankering we should have the hankering that, oh Lord, please give me the taste for the chanting. Right now, we are doing it as a process, right? So, we really wish that one day we are doing it with Nama Aparadha. We should always try to ensure that we don't commit any offenses in our chanting of the holy name of the Lord. Freedom from all material contamination also happens as a part of this. So being in constant touch with the Supreme. And yes, when in the Brahma, this is known as Brahma Samsparsha platform. So when a person is in the Brahma Bhuta platform, what he understands, who am I? He understands this, right? And here he is and understands now, he understands he is fixing his mind on the lotus feet of the Lord. But when a person is in Brahma Samsparsha platform, which is 6.28 verse, Yunjan eva sadatmanam yogi vikat kalmashaha. So he's free from all the kalmash now. Sukhena Brahma Samsparsham Atyantam Sukhamashnute. So what is the stage? It is Brahma Samsparsham. He's constantly in touch with the Lord. So he is constantly seeing the Lord, just like the pure devotees, how they are in constant touch with the Lord, right? That is why what do we say? How a person is in the constant touch with the Lord. On daily basis, we are practicing. What do we practice? What is the one of the most important activity we are doing? We just discussed just now, devotional activity wherein we are chanting, right? So when we are chanting, what are we doing? Yes, Jia Mataji, yes, please.
Yes, Mataji, I was just adding chanting. I was answering.
Okay, Haribol. Thank you, Mataji. So when we are chanting, what are we doing? We are trying to establish a connection with the Lord. We are saying, oh Lord, we will welcome you. Please come. I'm chanting. When I'm chanting, actually, we are inviting the Lord. Because when we are chanting, there is no difference between Nama and Nami. So isn't it? So there is no difference between the Nama and the Nami. So that is why we understand that the Lord and the Lord's name, they are non-different. We also say in the prayers, right? Nam Nam Akari Bahuda Nij Sarva Shaktis Tatrarpita Niyamitah Smaranena Kalaha. So what does it mention? This says that there is Nam Nam Akari Bahuda. There is no difference. Nam Nam Akari Bahuda Nij Sarva Shaktis. First, there is no difference between, oh Lord, there is no difference between you and your name. Second, you have invested all your potency in your name. So all the Lord's potency is invested in this holy name of the Lord. And that is why the chanting of Hare Krishna Maha Mantra is the ultimate, perfection of human life in Kali Yuga, isn't it? And not only that, we also understand from Chaitanya Charitamrita, right? There is a verse which talks about Nama Chintamani Krishna's Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha Purna Shuddho Nityamukto. So it says Purna Shuddho Nityamukto Abhinatvam Nama Namina. So Nama Nami are non-different. Abhinatvam Nama Namina. And Purna Shuddho Nityamukto. What does it do? It totally purifies us, isn't it? And Nityamukto, and the person becomes liberated, right? When we are talking about liberation, it is liberated to serve the Lord. And Nama Chintamani Krishna, it's Chintamani. Nam itself is Chintamani. It means it is very blissful, it's so spiritual, Ras Vigraha. So there are various transcendental rasas wherein a devotee always wishes to serve the Lord. So which are those primary rasas? How many primary rasas do we have? Yes, please raise your hand. Yes, please. How many rasas do we have? Primary rasas? Yes, Hare Krishna, Naveen Sundar Nimai Prabhuji. Yes, please.
Hare Krishna, Madhavi.
Hare
High
Krishna.
primary races.
Yes, Prabhuji,
Hare.
which are those? Yes, Prabhuji.
Basal, Santaras,
Hmm.
Dasiras,
Hmm.
Sakhiras, Basaliras, Madhuriras.
Yes, thank you, Prabhuji. So we have 5 primary rasas. So just imagine, it is also mentioned in the purports of Srila Prabhupada when we are chanting the Lord Krishna for the pure devotees, they are in such a perfect stage, or they are in such a highly elevated stage that the Lord himself dances on the tongue. So this means that when they're chanting the holy name of the Lord, what is happening? The Lord himself is present there. So as Prabhuji mentioned, these 5 primary rasas, the devotee is relishing the relationship, he is actually, he's with the Lord, he's in association with the Lord, and he's lovingly, he's having that exchange of loving relationship with the Lord in these 5 primary rasas. So beautiful. So this is what we should hanker for, that we should really, one day we really want to attain this loving, pure devotional service of the Lord. And how are we able to relish it? So is it really possible for us, this at the platform at which we are there, is it really possible for us to just understand this? No. Yesterday we discussed, right, about the faith. How can we get that faith? When we hear Shravanam, when we hear about the Lord's glorious pastimes, and when we hear about the Lord and by the Lord. So when we hear the Krishna Katha about the Lord, it is Srimad Bhagavatam. And when we hear the Krishna Katha by the Lord, it is Bhagavad Gita. Right? So when this happens, and when we hear it by the realized souls, their faith gets transferred in our heart because we are not pure enough to understand, isn't it? To understand and to realize the Lord. So they help us, Srila Prabhupada and all our Vaishnava Acharyas and all the realized souls and all the devotees, senior exalted devotees who conduct the Srimad Bhagavatam classes, lectures which we from the all the elevated devotees, when we listen to them, their faith gets transferred. And that is the way we try to understand, just a little amount or little about the Lord, by our little intelligence. We just try to understand because the Lord is like infinite. He has infinite pastimes, it's very difficult to understand, and we can just relish them without thinking about anything, without putting our mind, our intelligence into it. We should only relish. This is the way we can achieve this platform of Brahma Samsparsha. So this is basically the Ashtanga Yoga process, but how it is related with, how it is relevant for a devotee, that has been explained by Srila Prabhupada so beautifully in the purpose. Otherwise, it is very difficult to understand how it is really relevant for us. So self-realization, yeah, this we understand what is our identity. The individual soul is part and parcel of the Supreme. Mame Vamsho Jiva Loke. And our constitutional position is, as we understand, Jivera Swarupa Krishnera Nityadasa. And this transcendental contact with the Supreme is called Brahma Samsparsha. So whenever we are chanting, we have to ensure that we are building that connection with the Lord. At least we can pray. So whenever we are doing that, we will understand. So such a person, then what happens? The vision of perfect yogi, they will always see Krishna. They see Krishna's presence as super soul in everyone's heart. So Sarvabhutastham Atmanam, Sarvabhutasthamaatmanam Sarvabhutani Chatmani Ikshate Yoga Yuktatma Sarvatra Samdarshanaha. Samdarshanaha. Everywhere they will see. Sarvatra, everywhere. Samdarshanaha. They see me, the same Supreme Lord. Sarvabhutastham Atmanam. Sarvabhutani cha Atmani. Even in the every living beings. Bhutani. Right? Every living being also. They see me in all the beings, and they also see every being in me. So indeed, the self-realized person sees me, the same Supreme Lord, everywhere. So, and how it's the Krishna conscious yogi is the perfect seer. Why? Because he sees Krishna in everyone's heart as super soul. So even in the ant, even in the heart of the elephant, even in the heart of an ant or a dog, even in the heart of a chandal, everywhere, perfect seer sees the Lord sitting as the super soul. And even the pure devotees, they always see the presence of the Lord in all the living beings. And thus they appreciate how the Lord is neutral, that the Lord is not leaving anyone alone, He is the eternal well-wisher for us. So when the Lord is only our eternal well-wisher, what is the need to, when we were talking about the Brahma Sparsha state also, what is the need for hankering? He is our eternal well-wisher. He understands what is to be given to us and what is to be taken, right? So what we are doing is we just have to continue with our bhakti or the activities of our devotional service, because he understands what is at what point in time what is required for us, which will really help us in progressing in our devotional service. That is how, see how the Lord is neutral. The same Lord in Paramatma feature is situated in the heart of a dog and that of a Brahmana. Yes, we just discussed. Same, the Lord is present, beautiful, no? He is present in the heart of both believer and a non-believer. He is not leaving anyone behind, right? And not even alone. So analogy, as a mother is neutral to all different kinds of children. Some could be very naughty, mischievous, right? Some could be very calm and quiet. But for mother will stay neutral, right? So similarly, the Lord is also staying neutral. Consequently, the super soul is always in every living being. So, but for the devotees, it is said that the Lord is partial. So what do you feel? Is the Lord really partial? Yes, please.
No.
Yes, no, but yes, he reciprocates ye yatha mam prapadyante. Yes. Thank you, Prabhuji. So he is not partial, but he will reciprocate based on the degree of service, the degree of connection we are going to build with the Lord, right? So similarly, he is neutral, just like the mother. Consequently, the super soul is always in every living being. Thus, he is eternally transcendental, and he is not affected by anyone because we understand he is. That is the reason, and not only that, he is also known as Kshetragya, right? He is the knower of all the living beings. This we'll be covering in subsequent chapters later. But we are the knower of our own body, right? Kshetragya. But the Lord is the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. He is the knower of all the bodies. If we are getting some kind of pain, if we are afflicted with some pain, or if we are dissatisfied, displeasure, if we are feeling any feelings which we are having or any kind of emotions, we can only feel for ourselves, right? We cannot feel for others. We cannot know, okay, the other person is also in pain, but the Lord can understand. So just imagine when it is also mentioned like the demigods, when the people, they pray, worship the demigods, when they pray to the demigods to fulfill their desires, why is it so that their desires are getting fulfilled? Because see, the demigods cannot do on their own. Why they are doing it? Because the Lord is sitting as the Paramatma in their heart also, and the Lord gets to know. Obviously, He knows everybody, and He sanctions the desire. Okay, give it to them. Then only it gets sanctioned, right? Otherwise, how is it possible? Isn't it? So, distinction between the individual soul and super soul. Individual soul is situated in individual heart, yes, and but He is not present in all the hearts. But the Lord is present in all the hearts, as we just now discussed. One who is not factually in yoga practice, they cannot see so clearly. Yes. So it means one who is not factually in yoga practice. So this means that only at this trance state, samadhi, samsparsha state, only a yogi can understand. Otherwise, a person cannot understand only theoretically. It is only because they understand, because they're practicing it, they have achieved this transcendental state. It's not that the Lord is not denying that the Ashtanga yogi won't be successful or the Ashtanga yogi won't be able to achieve me. He will achieve. He may achieve the Lord, right? Yesterday we covered Manushyanam Sahasreshu, isn't it? Yatati Manushyanam Sahasreshu Kaschid Yatati Siddhai Yatatamapi Siddhanam Kaschin Mam Veti Tatvatah. So we understand that it is possible, but how many janmas it is going to take, we don't know. Because there are so many obstacles in the life of, there are so many challenges, right, in the process of Ashtanga Yoga for the yogi, Ashtanga yogi. So yeah, this is continued. So there, what is the vision or the qualities? The vision of equality is perfect in a person in Krishna consciousness. Yogi sees equally because he sees all living entities according to the results of fruitive work. In all circumstances, they remain as the servant of God. They will continue, right? And when the devotee is serving in material energy, the material energy is so strong, this external energy, that whenever a devotee is trying to serve the Lord, the Maya will try to allure him, isn't it? So there is this thing that when a devotee is working like this means that he has declared a war against Maya, right? Yeah. And in spiritual energy, internal energy, one serves the Supreme Lord directly. So, what we are trying to do is we are trying to engage our senses, which are material right now, isn't it? In the service of the Lord, isn't it? I don't know if we have this particular verse in this. There is a very beautiful verse related to this. Rishikesha, Rishikena. Yesterday, I think we covered it a few days back, isn't it? Sarvopadi vinirmuktam, tatparatvena nirmalam. How we'll be able to become nirmal, free of all contamination, so that our senses can be engaged in the right service of the Lord. Rishikena, Rishikesha, Sevanam Bhaktiruchyate, right? So we have to engage them in the service of the Lord. Rishikena, Rishikesha, because then only they will become free of all the material contamination. They will become pure. Then once they will become pure, then only we will be able to realize the Lord in the transcendental state by being in the situation of in the mode of pure goodness, Shuddha Sattva Gun, right? And benefits are and when a person really achieves such kind of vision or such kind of transcendental state, they never wish to lose the sight of the Lord, and they never fall from the path of yoga. And for one who sees me everywhere, seeing everything in me, for him I am never lost, nor is he ever lost to me. So we also understand as we have just covered, Neha Bhikram Nashosti. Our endeavors in bhakti, they will never be diminished, right? They will never go for waste. They will, it is going in a fixed deposit kind of a thing, right? FD, the way we make. So they are getting accumulated. It is, everything is getting accumulated. In the next life, we don't have to start from scratch in bhakti, spiritually, isn't it? But if a person is making any kind of endeavors at the material platform, what will happen? They have to start from scratch. And not only that, it will not even go with the person in the next life, right? So this is the, this is the one of the highest benefits of devotional service, that the Lord guarantees this also. So how a Krishna yogi turning to a pure devotee, how a Krishna conscious person fulfills the vision of a person. Yeah, so this is verse number 6.30. Yes, would someone like to please recite this verse, please? This slide. Yes, Jia Mataji, Hare Krishna. Yes, please, Mataji. Verse
Hare Krishna.
6.30. Hare Krishna, Mataji.
यो मां पश्यति सर्वत्र सर्वं च मयि पश्यति तस्याहं न प्रणश्यामि स च मे न प्रणश्यति. For one who sees me everywhere and sees everything in me, I am never lost, nor is he ever lost to me.
Yes, Mataji, please continue.
Okay, Mataji. A Krishna conscious person certainly sees Lord Krishna everywhere and he sees everything in Krishna. Basic principle of Krishna consciousness. Nothing can exist without Krishna and Krishna is the Lord of everything. Second point. Krishna consciousness is the development of love for Krishna. Brahma Samhita 5.38. प्रेमाञ्जनछुरित भक्तिविलोचनेन सन्तः सदैव हृदयेषु विलोकयन्ति यं श्यामसुन्दरम् अचिन्त्य गुणस्वरूपं गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि. It is the position transcendental even to the material liberation. An intimate relationship between the Lord and the devotee exists. In that stage, the living entity can never be annihilated, nor is the personality of Godhead ever out of sight of the devotee.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. So yeah, so we see Yo Mam Pashyati Sarvatra. Sarvam Chamai Pashyati. So he sees me everywhere and sees everything in me. I'm never lost, right? Because he sees everything is in me. Because everything is being created by the Lord Himself. And He sees me everywhere, as we have just now discussed in the previous verses, right? So how he is turning to a pure devotee? Because what does a pure devotee, what is the difference? The pure devotee has understood the Bhagavan realization. Everything belongs to the Lord and everything is because of the Lord, right? So, and He is the proprietor. Lord is, He is the proprietor. He is the controller. He is the well-wishing friend or eternal well-wishing friend of everyone. BG 5.29. Bhoktaram yagyatapsam sarvaloka maheshwaram suridam sarvabhutanam gyatva mam shantim richyati. Such a person will only attain peace, right? Sorry. So that is why a Krishna conscious person, he's always into the pure, since he's in the pure devotional service of the Lord, he's every time he is taking darshan of the Lord. He sees the Lord every time, everywhere. And because he understands nothing can exist without Krishna, right? So so how this world is created, this entire material world, material universe, we understand there are three Purusha avatars. So which is the first Purusha avatar? And they manifest from the Lord Himself, from Supreme Lord Shri Krishna. So which are the three Purusha avatars who are responsible for the creation of the material universe? Could you please name them? Yes, please raise your hand. Yes, Mataji, Harshita Mataji, please mention just one, please. Just one name, Mataji, one of the Purusha avatars, please.
Shirodakshai Vishnu
Vishnu,
Avatar
yes.
Mataji.
Yes, Mataji, Shirodakshai Vishnu, and he is present as? Yes, Mataji. He is present as? Okay. He is situated in the heart of every living entity.
Form.
Yes.
Paramatma
A
form.
Paramatma form.
Yes.
Very good, Mataji. Yes. Yes, Jivan Krishna Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Yes, Prabhuji. Which is the other avatar, Prabhuji? Yes,
Karnadaksha
please.
Vishnu.
Karnodakshay Vishnu. Yes, Prabhuji. And he is responsible for,
For creating the universe.
yes, Hari Bol. So the other name for Karnodakshay Vishnu is Mahavishnu, and he's
Vishnu.
responsible for creating so many universes, right? And then who enters
Yes.
into them? Yes, Hare Krishna, Naveen Prabhuji, Naveen Sundar Nimai Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Another
Krishna.
Garvadakshay Vishnu.
Hari Bol. Yes, Prabhuji. And he gives the life to everyone, right? So it is the
Mm.
Garbhodakshay Vishnu. And Brahmaji, he also is created from the, he appears from the navel of the Garbhodakshay Vishnu. Yes. And which is the right order? The order is the first Purusha avatar is Mahavishnu, Karnodakshay Vishnu, basically Mahavishnu or Karnodakshay Vishnu. The second one is Garbhodakshay Vishnu, and the third one, Garbhodakshay Vishnu, then manifests as Shirodakshay Vishnu and enters into the heart of every living entity. Yes, thank you. And yeah, so Krishna consciousness, as we just discussed, that the pure devotee is always having that loving relationship. This means he's always seeing the Lord. So when they are always seeing the Lord, there is a very beautiful prayer from Brahma Samhita mentioned here. Premanjana Churit Bhakti Vilochanena. Their eyes are always tinged with the pure devotional service, the love of the pure devotional service. Th- That is what that is the way the pure devotee sees the Lord. So, Santah Sadev Hridayeshu Vilokayanti. And this is the way they see in their heart of hearts, like they see the Lord, they always take darshan of the Lord like this. Where did it go? Sorry. Yes. So this is so this is the transcendental position, and this is the intimate relationship with the Lord and the devotee. Okay, could you please share some examples of the intimate relationship of the Lord, wherein we have seen so many devotees who are really having that intimate relationship with the Lord? You can take the examples from Chaitanya Charitamrita and Srimad Bhagavatam. Yes, please. You can mention the names if you don't know the pastime. That's okay. So we know so many devotees who have the intimate relationship with the Lord, starting with Srila Prabhupada, isn't it? Even Srila Prabhupada had intimate relationship with the Lord. He has, right? So from the Srimad
Yes.
Bhagavatam, any of the pastimes or any of the names of the any of the names of the devotees where we see they had an intimate relationship, and the Lord was also reciprocating his love with them. Kunti
Sudama.
Maharani, right?
Sudama.
Sudama, Pandavas, yes, Prabhuji, Haribol, thank you. Sudama
Yashodamaya.
is there. Yashoda Maiya. Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you. Beautiful. So, and gopis, isn't it?
Gopi, all
The
gopis.
most exalted. Yes, Prabhuji. Gopis, and the main is Srimati Radharani. So, yes, so we understand the
Mirabai
intimate
too.
relationship. Sorry, yes, Mataji.
I said Mirabai.
Yes, Mataji. True. That's true, Mataji. So true. Because the Lord really had intimate relationship with them. So, uh, I'm not getting the name. I'm sorry. Whose Khichdi is famous, Prabhuji? Khichdi from Jagannath Puri.
Karma by Mataji.
Karma Bai's Khichdi. Yes, Karma Bai's Khichdi. So Karma Bai, she also had an intimate relationship with the Lord. Such reciprocation. Vidura, isn't it? Vidurji, he had intimate relationship with the Lord. They have such beautiful pastimes that when Lord Krishna, he visited with Vidura's place, Vidurani
Uproot.
gave she, in the excitement, since the Lord was there in excitement, instead of giving the banana, she offered the peel of the banana to the Lord. So she was so much in ecstasy because the Lord was there. So, yeah, and even Draupadi. So, we have beautiful
Akura.
examples. Sorry, Prabhuji, yes, please.
Akrura.
Akrura, yes, Prabhuji. Akrurji, even he had. So true. Yes, thank you.
Sabari also, Mataji.
Yes, yes, Mataji. Shabri
Sabari.
also. Yes, yes. Hari Bol. True, Mataji, that's true. Yes. Our Tulsi Maharani, isn't it? So how yogi turning to a pure devotee, how Krishna conscious person fulfills the vision of the I'm not getting this. Vision of a perfect yogi, actually. So to merge in Krishna, actually, for the devotee, it is spiritual annihilation. So just imagine when a person is really having such beautiful, intimate relationships with the Lord. Yes, Bhishma Pitama, even he had intimate relationship with the Lord, right? So when everyone is having such intimate relationship with the Lord, how is it really possible that I mean, obviously, if a person wishes to merge in Krishna, that is spiritual annihilation, that you're finishing off with your identity itself. When you don't have any identity, how is it possible to have that reciprocation of a loving relationship with the Lord, right? That is why devotee says, I don't want any kind of such kind of mukti. So there are 5 kinds of mukti. So which are known as, yes, please, if anybody knows them, please raise your hand. Yes, you can mention one. Which are the various muktis? Which a devotee, yes, yes, Hare Krishna, Jivan Krishna Prabhuji, please mention one, Prabhuji. Only one, please.
Sarupa. Sarupa.
Sarupe mukti, yes, and this means to have the same rupa, right? The same
Yes.
rupa as the Lord. Yes, Jia Mataji, Hare Krishna. Mataji, please mention one.
Salokya Mataji, to live on the same
Salokya.
planet as God.
Hari bol, yes, Mataji. Sarupe, Salokya. Yes, Bhagya Lakshmi Mataji. Hare Krishna. Yes, Mataji.
Samipya Mataji.
Samipe, yes. Beautiful Mataji. Samipe is to stay near the Lord, to be with the
Near the
Lord.
Lord.
Yes. And then we have, which one is left? Yes. The other one is Sashti, to have the same opulence as the Lord, right? And then Sayuj. The Sayuj is the one which says, okay, to merge. But yeah, that is not what a devotee desires. He never wishes to have Sayuj Mukti. Nobody, no devotee would ever, he would never ever go for such kind of mukti, because that is the spiritual annihilation, right? So in Krishna consciousness, devotee becomes one with Krishna only by serving the Lord, only in serving the Lord, in the sense that Krishna becomes everything for the devotee, and the devotee becomes full in loving Krishna. And thus, this refers to a yogi turning into a pure devotee. This is the way. So this is the definition of becoming one for Krishna in Krishna consciousness, right? And this is known as Yukta Vairagya, right? He cannot live for a moment without seeing the Lord within himself. Avyart Kalatvam. Cannot live a person cannot live a moment. He doesn't even waste any single moment, right? Yeah, verse 6.31, how a yogi sees the super soul. So, such a yogi who engages in the worshipful service of the super soul, seeing him, right? Now, a yogi, so when a devotee, when a yogi is seeing the Lord, he is having the vision that he is seeing everywhere. He is seeing the Lord everywhere, everything in me. What happens? Since he is engaged in such a beautiful, worshipful service of the super soul, then what happens? He always remains in the Lord, remains always in me in all the circumstances. Sarvabhutasthhitam yo mam bhajati ekatvam asthitah sarvata vartamanopi sa yogi mai vartate. So he always remains in me. Sa yogi mai vartate. He stays in me always. Sarvabhutasthhitam yo mam. Isn't it? Bhajati ekatvam asthitah. He's always situated like this, right? Fixed, fixed in the service of the Lord. So because he sees, yes. So, how a yogi sees the super soul? When we were saying the Lord, the yogi sees the super soul. How will he see the super soul? He sees, oh, the Lord is present as the Paramatma in the heart of the other living entity also, isn't it? Now, when we say the Paramatma form, so this is explained. Which form is the one which the yogi is basically meditating upon? It is the Vishnu form, Lord Vishnu. So he is with Shankh, Chakra, Gada, Padma. This is the way a yogi sees, because he's meditating, right? So what a Ashtanga yogi is doing, he's meditating on the form of the Lord. Now a person may think, okay, what kind of form is that? So out of the 3 Purusha avatars, the Mahavishnu, Garbhodakshai Vishnu and Shirodakshai Vishnu, which is this form which we are talking about, on which the yogi is meditating? With 4 hands. I mean, with this Narayan form, Vishnu form. Yes, Jia Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare
Yes,
Krishna
please,
Mataji.
Mataji.
Shirodakshaya.
Hari Bol. Yes,
Shirodakshaya.
Mataji. Yes, very good, Mataji. Thank you. So it is the Shirodakshai Vishnu form on which he is meditating. So he is having Shankh Chakra Gada Padma. So we say Shankh Chakra Gada Padma Dhari, right? And the yogi should know that Vishnu is non-different from Krishna. And because, as we mentioned, right, we just discussed these 3 are they are manifesting from the Lord Himself. They are expansions from the Lord, right? From Lord Krishna. The Mahavishnu form, the Garbhodakshay form, and the Kshirodakshay form of the Lord Vishnu. And they are appearing from Shyama Sundar form of the Lord. Lord Shri Krishna, who is Shyama Sundar, who is present as super soul in everyone's heart. And so, yes, when we covered, right, there is no difference between the innumerable super souls present in the innumerable hearts of the living entities. So, how many super souls are there? There is one super soul. And what did we mention just now? We know about our own body, right? Kshetragya. But the Lord, who is present as the super soul in all the bodies, innumerable hearts of the living entities, he knows all the innumerable knowers. I mean, he knows all the living entities, right? So there is no difference between the innumerable super souls, right? And so there is no difference between a Krishna conscious person and the perfect yogi. Because what is their ultimate goal on which they are doing their sadhana? Who is their sadhya? Sadhya is the object of meditation, right? Sadhana is the process. So sadhya, who is their sadhya? Ultimately, it is Lord Krishna only, right? So thus there is no difference between them. And thus, even though yogi in Krishna consciousness, even though he is engaged in various activities in material world, he remains always situated in Krishna. As we have seen in the yesterday also, Savai Manha Krishna Padarvindayo, right? And we have also seen that, yes, we have our duties, prescribed duties. We have our prescribed duties in this material world, right? So we have to engage, we are engaged there, we are performing them without detachment. We are not attached to them, right? So we are performing them with detachment, without any kind of attachment, right? And thus we understand how a person is situated in Krishna, a devotee is situated in Krishna, because what he's ensuring, okay, let me just complete this particular activity. They're trying to do that activity also by keeping Lord Krishna in the center. So that also becomes a Krishna conscious activity. Once that one activity is over, they will look forward to another Krishna conscious activity, right? So this is the way a devotee is always engaged in serving the Lord. So a devotee is a yogi in Krishna consciousness. So verse number 31, I'll just go to the book, Bhagavad Gita, yeah. Okay, so this is a continuation of this, which says, from Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, there is a very beautiful verse actually. A devotee of Lord always acting in Krishna consciousness is automatically liberated, because he is ultimately he is at that platform only, right, wherein he's having an intimate relationship, reciprocation of his love with the Lord, because that is what is the ultimate platform which the yogi is also attaining. What is yogi doing? We have seen here. What did we see here? What is the yogi doing? He is seeing the Lord. He is trying to attain. Just imagine. First, we have seen yama, niyama, asan, pranayam, pratyahar, dharana, dhyana, samadhi. Right? After so much, he is finally coming to the state of samadhi, meditation, which is very easy in Bhakti Yoga, because Bhakti Yoga is what Bhakti Yoga helps us to attain. The Bhakti Yoga helps us to attain the Samadhi from the very first day itself, starting with chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So Hare Krishna, so when we say, we are basically focusing on every single word of this mantra, right? And when we are doing that, we are connecting with the Lord, which is the Samadhi. A person is going into the Samadhi state because he is in the he is meditating. That is what has to be achieved, right? So yes, that is why, this is also covered as a part of this particular verse, page 6.31, wherein Srila Prabhupada has mentioned this verse from Narad Pancharatra, right? That how we can, yes, when we are saying we are meditating, we are going into the samadhi while chanting. How is it possible? Only by concentrating our attention on the chanting of the holy name of the Lord. Why? Because there is out of the 10 offenses, there is one of the offense which says, it is the verse, the offense number 10. What does it say? What does it say? Um, it says one of the sentence of this particular offense is not to be inattentive while. It is also an offense to be inattentive while chanting. Every devotee who claims to be a Vaishnava must guard against these 10 offenses in order to quickly attain the desired success, Krishna Prema, right? So we have to ensure that we are always attentive while chanting the holy name of the Lord. Otherwise, it is an aparadh. We are trying our efforts. We have to put in our efforts in chanting the holy name of the Lord so that we don't make mistakes. Obviously it is there. Mistakes are there because we are not at a state of purified. We are not purified enough to be in that Shuddha Nama state. Actually, there are three states. First is the Nam Aparadh state, Nam Aparadh. Then there is Nam Abhas and then Shuddha Nam. So initially, right now, we are in the state of Nam Aparadha state. So wherein we commit the offenses, but then we have to request and pray to the Lord. Sincerely, we have to do our chanting and pray to the Lord to shower His mercy on us, so that we can at least elevate and progress slowly and steadily. We can progress to the further stages of Nama Abhas and Shuddha Nama, ultimately to Shuddha Nama state. So this, by concentrating one's attention on the transcendental form of Krishna, who is all pervading and he is beyond time and space. Dik kaladi anavachinne Krishna cheto vidhaya cha tanmayo bhavati kshipram jivo brahmani yojayet. So one becomes absorbed in thinking of Krishna and then attains the happy state of transcendental association with him. So yeah, so this is the highest trance, samadhi, as we just discussed. So thus we understand a devotee that Lord Krishna, he is present as Paramatma, we just covered, right? As Kshirodakshai Vishnu, he is covered. He is situated as Paramatma in the heart of every living entity. And Lord Vishnu is non-different from Krishna. And so this makes the yogi faultless, right? And Gopal Tapni Upanishad also corroborates this. There is an evidence that Eko Pisan Bahuda Yo Avabhati. This confirms that the inconceivable potency of the Lord is that the Lord is one, but he is present in innumerable hearts as many, right? So the Lord is one, who is Lord Krishna and Kshirodakshai Vishnu. So the Lord is one. What did this particular sentence cover, right? We just covered this. Can someone read this, please? Yes, please raise your hand. Yes, Hare Krishna Vinod Prabhuji. Yes, please. This sentence, Prabhuji, there is no difference.
There is no difference between the innumerable souls present in the innumerable hearts of living entities.
Yes, thank you, Prabhuji. So this says that the Lord is one. Super soul is one, right? There are not so many super souls. Who is the super soul? Kshirodakshai Vishnu. There is one super soul. He is present in so many hearts, innumerable hearts. And when he is present in the innumerable hearts, there are innumerable super souls. So therefore, it is mentioned here. See, this is also proven from Gopal Tapni Upanishad. It states, although the Lord is one, he is present in innumerable hearts as many. So references from the Smriti Shastra also states this. Vishnu is one. He is certainly all pervading, sarvavyapi, right? And by his unconceivable potency, in spite of his one form, he is present everywhere. How? As the sun appears in many places at once. So what happens? The sun is fixed, right? The sun is one, he is situated at its position. But if we keep on moving, it feels that the sun is present there also. Wherever we go, the sun is present, right? So similarly, the sun appears in many places at once. And a Krishna conscious yogi, he is the best philanthropist. Why? Because what he is doing the a Krishna conscious yogi, he is actually he is always engaged in ensuring that everyone should get the taste of Krishna consciousness, right? That is what a Krishna conscious yogi is doing. He's always desiring that I should really spread this Krishna consciousness to everyone, right? So that is why there is a verse, right? Which says, Sarvatra Prachar Bhaibe Mora Naam. Yeah, so this also helps us to understand that the desire is that the desire of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was to spread Krishna consciousness everywhere. So yes, so this is also one of the desires. And Krishna conscious person, thus he is a perfect yogi because he is not in the distress also, right? Forgetfulness of relationship with the Lord It causes the distress. And what causes happiness to us? Knowing that the Lord is the supreme enjoyer, Bhoktaram Yagya Tapsam, and He is the proprietor and the sincerest friend, as we covered just now, right? So a Krishna conscious person is a perfect yogi because he knows how he can achieve the happiness. And distress, why we are getting affected by distress? Because we are forgetful of our relationship. See here, if we are in the material world, it is dukhalayam or shashvatam, right? So a person is, there is every chance that a person is going to experience distress, right? But why this entire distress is there? Because we have forgotten our relationship with the Lord. But when a person is situated in Krishna consciousness, then he is in relation with he is in his original, he is reinstated. It is not that he is coming, he is actually regaining his own original consciousness. So then he will start understanding and enjoying the real happiness. So thus he is the best philanthropist, right? Because he tries to broadcast the importance of Krishna consciousness, right? The verse is actually Prithvite, yeah. Prithvite acheyat nagar adigram sarvatra prachar haribe morana. So yeah, so this helps us to understand how the Krishna conscious message of Krishna consciousness should be distributed, broadcasted to everyone, right? न च तस्मान् मनुष्येषु कश्चिन् मे प्रियकृत्तमः भविता न च मे तस्मात् अन्यः प्रियतरो भुवि न च अन्यः प्रियतरो bhuvi. He is the best yogi. Why? Because he does not desire any perfection. He doesn't want any kind of perfection in his yoga for his personal benefit, but he also tries for others, right? He is not looking for any personal benefits. So, which are the examples which we can see people who are not looking for their personal benefit, but they are trying to spread Krishna consciousness? We see in all the ISKCON temples, all the Maharajas, right? And all the even as we see in our temple, right? His Grace Namanishta Prabhuji, right? So all the our Vaishnavacharyas, all the exalted advanced devotees who are in Krishna consciousness, what is their only desire? Their desire is that this should spread, the message of Krishna consciousness should spread. Yesterday, Eva Mataji, she shared one of the incidents. I mean, Mataji has shared, isn't it, the examples when we were reflecting from our real life examples, that how Mataji is going ahead with the book distribution with the only purpose of spreading Krishna consciousness to everyone, right? So this is the way a Krishna conscious person always wishes good for others, and and a Krishna conscious person is the best philanthropist. Thus, he is the best yogi, and this differentiates pure devotee from a yogi who is interested only in personal salvation. So yeah, so after hearing the descriptions of the Ashtanga Yoga, Arjuna realizes now what is his inability to follow the process. Even though we understand there are great qualifications, right, of Arjuna, yeah. So he belongs to the royal family. He was a great warrior. He had great longevity, and above all, he was the intimate friend of Lord Krishna. Bhaktosi me sakha cheti. But still, he says no. He rejects. Arjuna rejects Ashtanga Yoga. That no, I don't want to go ahead with this. Arjuna was a thoroughly qualified person from a high parentage, right? If even he could not follow this righteous path, what to speak of the people of Kali Yuga? Just imagine, we discussed this yesterday also, right? That how great a warrior Arjuna was. So, what to speak of the people of Kali Yuga who are less qualified in so many ways? Therefore, the yogic path is not suitable in the current age of Kali Yuga. What is the suitable practice? It is to control the mind in devotional service, starting with the chanting of the holy names, as we just discussed. And detachment comes easily when one is attached to the devotional service to Krishna. We covered, right? Yesterday, Vasudeve Bhagavati Bhakti Yoga Prayojitah Janayati Ashu Vairagyam Jnanam Cha Yad Ahetukam. Automatically, when a person is engaged in the devotional service, what happens? He will get causeless knowledge as well as the detachment, right? And now, what is Arjuna's analysis on Ashtanga Yoga? He says, no, this is a very impractical approach. I don't want to continue with Ashtanga Yoga. It is unendurable. Chanchalatvat, because the mind is restless, and asthitam, right? Sthiram. Arjuna, O Madhusudan, the system of yoga which you have summarized appears impractical and unendurable to me, for the mind is restless and it is unsteady. So, which yoga system is being rejected here? So, what did Arjuna mention? Which is the yoga? He's saying, no, no, I don't want to continue with this practice. What is Arjuna mentioning here? Yes, Hare Krishna. Yes, Archana Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Ashtanga Yoga.
Yes, Haripol. Yes, thank you, Mataji. It is Ashtanga Yoga. Because why? Because people in Kali Yuga, they are they have short duration. Prayan alpayushaha. Prayan alpayushaha, right? So they do not have a long duration of life. So they have short duration of life. Prayan alpayushaha sabhya kalau asmin yuge janaha mandaha sumanda matayo mandabhagya updritaha. They are always disturbed. Updritaha. Mandaha. They are lazy. Mandaha sumanda matayo. They are not very intelligent. They are lazy in their self-realization even by simple practical means. So it's so difficult and they are always disturbed. They are always, because they are they're coming under the mode of material nature, three modes of material nature. So it's very difficult to practice this yoga system in which you have to see, okay, how you have to regulate the mode of living, not to sleep too much, not to eat or to sleep too less, not to eat too much or too little. The manner of sitting, it has to be ensured that you are sitting the posture has to be ensured you are having a right posture. Yeah, you have to keep your neck, body, isn't it? Neck, body has to be in a straight line. You have to gaze at the tip of the nose, right? So the body, neck, everything has to be situated. You should have a straight posture, and then your mind should detach from all the material engagements. That's difficult. There instead, the modern, the best way is to practice bhakti yoga. So even the modern imitation yoga schools are condemned because they are ignorant of the desired goal. They're just practicing the bodily exercises actually, not even the yoga. The word yoga can also not be mentioned that way. And yeah, so nature of the mind is, as we mentioned, right? What is the nature? Chanchalam hi manah Krishna pramati balavadrinam tasyaham nigraham manye vayuriv sudushkaram. Now we understand it is very difficult. It is restless. It is a very famous shloka, right? So mind is restless, turbulent. We have just seen how it is the mind is a storehouse of so many thoughts of our previous janma, sanskaras, right? Impressions. So the mind is restless, it is turbulent like the wind. Even Arjuna says, I can control the wind, but I cannot control this mind. It is so restless, so turbulent. That is why he rejected the Ashtanga Yoga process, right? So for a man in the practical world, it's very difficult to control mind. And what is happening? Artificially, a person can try, okay, I will try to establish a mental equilibrium, like a mental state of peace and harmony with others, towards friends and enemies. But ultimately, it is not possible. No one can do because, and not only that, we have just now covered, right? The sense is mind as strong and obstinate. How it is strong and obstinate? That it is controlling our intelligence, whereas the intelligence is supposed to direct the mind, but it is the other way around. So, yes, so what is the analogy mentioned here? Yes, please. What is the analogy we are describing here? Hare Krishna. Yes, BG 6.34, Bhagavad Gita 6.34. What is the analogy? Yes, Hare Krishna, Vinod Prabhuji. Excuse me, just give me a minute, please. I'm sorry. Yes, Mataji. Just give me a minute, please. I'll be back in a minute. I'm sorry. Yes, Madhav Paul Prabhuji. Could you please read this slide? Could you please read this slide, please, Prabhuji? Madhav Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Yes, please. Yes,
Hare
thank you,
Krishna
Prabhuji.
Mataji. Bhagavad Gita text 6.34 Nature of the mind. Chanchalam hi mana Krishna pramati balavat dridham tasyaham nigraham manye vayor iva su dushkaram. The mind is restless, turbulent, obstinate, and very strong. O Krishna, and to subdue it, I think, is more difficult than controlling the wind. Mind is restless and turbulent like the wind. For a man in the practical world who has to fight so many opposing elements, it is very difficult to control the mind. Artificially, one may establish a mental equilibrium towards friends and enemies, but ultimately no worldly man can do so, for this is more difficult than controlling the raging wind. Mind as strong, obstinate. Intelligence is supposed to direct the mind, but the mind often overcomes one's own intelligence. Analogy. Just like an acute infection may surpass the efficacy of medicine, a strong mind may overcome one's own intelligence. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji. Yes, thank you so much. Yeah. So, yes. So this is the analogy. It says, what does it say? Actually, this is the comparison of the mind with the intelligence. What is the mind doing? It is overcoming our intelligence, right? Similarly, if there is an infection in a person's body, what will happen? The medicine won't work, right? So it will surpass the efficacy of medicine. The medicine is good for the person. So the intelligence should be directing the person, but the mind overrules the intelligence. Similarly, what happens? A strong mind overcomes one's own intelligence, just like an infection will surpass the efficacy of medicine, and it will overcome the effects of the medicine also, right? So yeah, so this is the analogy which is showing how strong the mind is. Yeah. So yes. So this is the nature of the mind. So there is an analogy. I would request everyone to please go through this particular picture and help let us try to understand this analogy. So this is like mind as driving instrument of a chariot. We have covered this earlier also, right? Refer Kathopanishad. So who is the passenger of the chariot? Who is the chariot basically? I request everyone to please go through verse number 6.34, 34 in the book, please. So who is the chariot here? Yes, please.
Our body.
Yes, Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Thank you. So our body is the chariot. And yeah, so let's take the answers from everyone. So we understand the body is the chariot. Now who is driving who is sitting here as the driver?
Mind.
Mind.
Who
My
is
intelligence.
who
Intelligence.
is sitting as the driver? Yes, intelligence is the driver. Very good, Prabhuji. Thank you. And now we understand the driver is the intelligence, right? Now, and who is the passenger? Who is sitting in this body? The chariot, the chariot is the body. Who is sitting? Who is the passenger?
Soul.
Soul.
Individual soul.
Yes, the
Soul.
soul. The
Ourselves.
soul is the passenger. And now we understand we have got a chariot. A passenger is sitting in the chariot, and we have also got the driver. Now, which are the driving instruments of the rain?
Five senses.
Senses. Senses
Our
are the
mind.
horses.
Mind.
Senses are the horses and the mind. Very good. So mind is controlling the
Senses.
horses. So yes, so this is the analogy here. If it is it visible? The screen is visible, right?
Yes, Mataji.
Yes, thank you. So we have this analogy wherein passenger is the individual soul. Now it depends upon the driver in which direction he is going and where he is taking the soul, right? So we have to ensure that we make our mind, we make our intelligence very strong. How can we do so? Only with the help of the mind, because intelligence will only help us to analyze whether this is right or wrong. But the mind is the driving instrument. Who is deciding the direction? The mind is taking our horses in the direction of sense enjoyment, of sense gratification, whether for us or towards the sense gratification of the Lord. So this who is deciding it? So we have to ensure that our mind is very strong, right? We have to regulate our senses. We have to give the right kind of food to our mind. We have to control it by detachment and by constant practice. So how can we do so? Easiest way is to chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra in all humility. So for the humility, there is a very beautiful verse in which is mentioned as, which is a part of one of our Shikshashtakam in the morning, right? What do we say? Yes.
Nam nam kari boda nija sarvajukti tatra
No,
karne
no, no,
na
no, no,
kalwa.
Prabhuji. No, Prabhuji. Not that one. When we
Pranayama.
say with respect to our humility, Yes, yes, Mataji. Yes, please, Mataji. Please continue.
Trinadapi Shunichena
Hmm. Yes,
Sahishnuna. Amanina Manodana Kirtanya Sada.
yes.
Sada.
It's very difficult. Yeah, please, one person should. Yes, Mataji. Yes, please.
Trinadapi Shunichena Tarorapi Sahishnuna Amanina Manadena Kirtanya Sadahari.
Yes, thank you, Mataji. So what is it? It says Trinad api suni chena. Trina is the grass, right? So one should be lower. What he should think? He should think himself to be the lower than the grass, lower than the blade of the grass, right? Trinad api suni chena. Taror api sahishnuna. Now taru is known as the tree, right? So taror api sahishnuna. What does a tree help us understand? What is the quality of a tree? To be tolerant. Yes, patience. Yes, thank you, Prabhuji. So one should be tolerant more than the tree, right?
Yes.
Yes, so more tolerant than a tree. And tarorapi sahisnuna. Amanina, man dena. Aman is, I don't want any kind of respect, but I have to give all man. So amanina, man dena. I have to give respect to everyone. But it doesn't mean that I should also think that in return I will also get respect. No, I should not have that kind of material desire. Amani na man dena, and what we have to do always Kirtaniya
Kirtan.
Sadahari.
Hari.
Yes, Kirtaniya Sadahari. Always chant the holy name of the Lord. This humility is required. So this is the way to control the mind. Because when we are becoming so humble, when we are requesting, when we are making these prayers in the morning on daily basis, when we are doing this, right, we are requesting the Lord to please cultivate such kind of beautiful qualities in me. At least give me that realization so that at least I can practice this humility in myself. And when it will happen, then we will start elevating ourselves, in the platform of the three modes of material nature, when we are talking about that. Even in the goodness mode, when we are mentioning, we have to ensure that we at least acquire this quality, because such qualities will only help us to realize the Lord. Yeah, so control the mind. How can we control the mind? By the practice and detachment. So we practice and detachment. So Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Asamshayam Mahabaho Mano Durnigraham Chalam Abhyasena tu Kaunteya Vairagena cha Griyate. Abhyas, only by the abhyas this can happen, right? So it is undoubtedly very difficult to curb the restless mind, but it is possible. How? By suitable practice and by detachment. Okay. So now please tell me randomly. I'll complete this, then we can cover. Okay. Which are the various devotional activities we are doing on regular basis in the morning? Please mention any of the devotional activities to which, we are doing so many, but the one which you never miss. I mean, you feel, okay, I just wish to do, oh, I wish to chant obviously, that is the mandatory one. We chant the minimum 16 rounds, but other than that, after doing the chanting, after doing that, which are the activities like wherein we say, okay, let me just take the darshan of the Lord, okay, let me just go and listen to the Srimad Bhagavatam class, it has started. So there are so many activities, right? So we are doing these activities, devotional activities, or the practices of our sadhana, right? So have you noticed that, okay, why is it happening? You did not just someday, you just randomly you're not doing it. On daily basis you are practicing it, isn't it?
Yes.
So why is it so? Because we are doing the abhyas. Okay, let me hear this again, let me next day also, the third day also, fourth day also. Now it has come into our practice. So it has become our it has become our habit now. This is the sanskara that we wish to take with us. This is the impression that we wish to take with us. And not only that, we always we pray that, okay, let's try to attain the devotional service, the pure devotional service of the Lord in this very life. But even if we have to go in the next life, what is it that we pray? We wish only such kind of sanskaras should go with us. But how is it possible? It's not possible. Just imagine when we sleep after getting up. Is it really possible for us during the sleep to remember the Lord? Is it really possible? Does it happen? No, it doesn't happen, right? One day, in case if we are doing continuous chanting for the whole day, entire day, then you will be thinking about chanting of the holy name of the Lord will appear in the mind. Okay, I'm doing Hare Krishna, right? but only after a constant practice this will be inculcated in us. We'll be able to imbibe this as a regular habit. We want to make it a habit which should go as a sanskara with us. It is only possible by practice and by detachment. So when we talk about the detachment, it comes automatically. When we do our devotional service, it comes automatically with that. So what is the practice recommended? 9 types of devotional service we have covered, right? Starts with Shravanam. Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam Padasevanam Archanam Vandanam Dasyam Sakhyam Atmanivedanam. And it is the powerful method of purging the mind of all the misgivings. That is why we start with we start the day with Shravanam, right? We are chanting and we are also listening to when we are doing our chanting, we are also doing the Shravanam. Shravanam and Kirtana is going together, right? When we are doing the Kirtan, we are chanting, we are doing the Kirtan of the holy name of the Lord. And the Shravanam is we are also listening, we are hearing the holy name of the Lord through our ears. So we are simultaneously we are doing Shravan and Kirtan. After this, what we are doing? We are doing the Shravanam of our Srimad Bhagavatam Katha from the realized souls. We also have these days, we have Prabhupada Vani, right? There's so much of devotional data, wherein we have so many important videos, lectures of our acharyas available. So such a benefit we are getting that we can just go through them and we can do the Shravanam, right? And what is the effect? The more we hear, the more we become enlightened, we become detached from the everything that draws the mind away from the Lord. And detachment is basically, yes, as we covered, it is the detachment from the matter, engaging our mind in the Lord's service. And so by detaching the mind from the activities, what is happening? We are easily learning Vairagya. So Yukta Vairagya is also happening. At the same time, we are learning the detachment, Vairagya, automatically it is happening. We are not putting in any extra efforts, right? So this is what is happening. And impersonal spiritual detachment is more difficult because there they have to do it artificially. They have to put it as a practice. They have to do it. They have to artificially do it. It is more difficult than attaching the mind to the activities of the Lord because that is automatic, right? Because that is our original spiritual nature. Yes, we have a breakout room activity. Let's try to do this breakout room activity the next week. Okay, no?
Yes,
Uh, Yeah, we'll just cover this slide and then we'll wind up. We'll close the session. This is the text 6.35. BG text 6.35, Krishna's solution. So what is the solution? So this is continued, right? By Abhyasena tu Kaunteya. So by practice and detachment. Yes. So Parishanubhava is so when we are attaching, when we are doing so many activities, 9 types of devotional service, Navada Bhakti, what is happening? And when we are doing our chanting, isn't it chanting and then hearing the Krishna Katha through the Srimad Bhagavatam classes, Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. So what we are trying to do, we are trying to attain this Pareshanubhava state, wherein we are getting spiritual satisfaction because we are engaged in the positive service. We are attached with the Lord. And it is practical because when we hear about the Lord, one becomes automatically attached to the Supreme Spirit. So what happens? Okay, so whenever the classes are happening, what are we doing right now? We are doing the Krishna Katha only. So have you noticed that whenever there is some Srimad Bhagavatam session going on or some classes are going on, our mind automatically gets attracted towards those classes. Okay, let me go and hear about the Lord, isn't it? Yes, please.
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah, so it automatically happens. Yeah, so there is an analogy which says a hungry man is satisfied when he is satisfied with the food. What does he feel? He feels satisfaction. At the same time, he feels nourished. So, yeah, now you remember, okay, we have this Damodar month has started, sorry, the Chaturmas has started, isn't it?
yes.
So the Chaturmas has started. Now we remember that, okay, in this particular month, we don't have to eat this. In the next month, we don't have to eat this. After that, we will also have the Damodar month. We are having Janmashtami coming up. There are so many practices going on in the temple, right? And so many kids are also engaged. The Matajis and Prabhujis, they are engaged in so many services. We are engaged in the donation collection also, right? What is happening? Why are we having so many activities? These activities are not happening artificially. We are getting attracted towards these activities. Why do we wish to do so many activities? And even though we are not, I mean, if the health is also not supporting, still we will go ahead with that, right? Why are we doing that? Because we are getting satisfied and nourished spiritually, because that is our original nature, original spiritual constitutional position of the living entity. That is what we have, and that is why devotional services, compared to curing a disease, we are actually being cured, and that is why we are feeling so satisfied and nourished. So we are in this material world, we are suffering with a disease, material disease, and now Krishna consciousness is really helping us to get rid of this material disease. So there is so much of, every day is a new day, every day is a new day with so many vibes, Utsaha, with so much of Utsaha Nishchaya Dhairya. So what is the expert treatment for the mad mind? Hearing of the transcendental activities of Lord Krishna. And what is the diet? That is eating Krishna Prasadam, which is offered to the Lord. When the food is offered to the Lord, it is known as bhoga. And when the Lord tastes it, it becomes the, honor this, it is the remnants of the Lord, and when we taste it, it is the, I mean, when the Lord has tasted, it becomes prasadam for us. It is the Krishna Prasadam that we wish to honor them. Yes, so with this, we will just end this session today, because there is a breakout room discussion. Let's have it next week. We will complete this chapter because there are 47 verses, 35 to 47 we will cover on Monday. On Tuesday, let's have the shloka test. Is it okay with everyone?
Yes,
I'll,
Mataji.
I'll
Yes,
just stop
Mataji.
this sharing
Yes.
first. Thank you. वाञ्छा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। श्री गुरु महाराज की जय। श्री साई गॉड प्रेमानंदे। हरि हरि बोल। Thank you everyone. Hare Krishna, Dandvat Pranam. We
Krishna
can take